All right, so what we're going to do in this video is review for your test, which is going to be your final because it's the end of the 6 weeks. Make sure that you check focus and you see what your grade is and you do the assignment so that you can bring up your grade and pass. So these are going to be very similar to your final, and so we're going to do the first one together and ask you to find the slope of the line that passes through 9, 10, and 1, 9. So what we're going to do, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have to copy these points. So I'm going to show you what you're supposed to do. So the first thing you do is you copy the points. And they were 9, 10, 1, 9. And then you need to label x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, and then once you do that, you use the formula. This is the practice from the IXL Y.2, just a heads up. And I forgot what Edpuzzle this is, but we've done Edpuzzle about this too. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to label, and then we're going to use the formula. So let's label x1, y1, x2, y2. And so now we're going to put them in the formula. So my first question for you is, which one is y2? y2 is 9 minus y1. Which one is y1? y1 is 10. What about x2? Which one is x2? 1 minus x1. What is x1? 9. Now we're going to put this into decimals, and then we're going to have our slope. So it was 9 minus 10, 9 minus 10 gives me -1. I like to use a calculator because I don't want to mess this up, and you make small mistakes, you could get it wrong on IXL. And then 1 minus 9, that is -8. So let's simplify that. -1 over -8 simplifies to, let's make this a fraction, +1/8. So make sure that you're using a calculator so you get everything correct. So I'm going to have you do the next one kind of by yourself. Let's look at that problem. Where did it go? Okay, right here. So go ahead and do this problem, and then pause the video. First, write down the points, and then label the points, and then do the slope. So once you have all of that, then I want you to tell me what the slope is. What did you get for your answer? So work on that. Copy the points. Did you copy the points? Label the points. You're going to label on your paper x1, y1, x2, y2. The formula and how we label are not in the same order. So notice the y's go on top because it's the rise over the run. So label the points x1, y1, x2, y2. Did you label the points? And then use the formula. Put it in your calculator until you get your final answer, and then write that in as your final answer. So what did you get for slope? All right, so let's go ahead and do this one together to make sure everybody understands. So I'm going to copy the points and label the points. So let's see, did you label the points correctly? almost did not. Okay, I labeled the points. I'm going to put them in my formula. So it's going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what is y2? y2 is 50 minus y1. y1 is 2. Oh my god, did I just do that? Over x2. x2 is 21. Minus x1, which is 3. 50 minus 2 is 48. 21 minus 3 is 18. So let's simplify that. You could do it in your head, or you could do it in decimals. Let's make that into a fraction because fraction is a rate of change, and we like fractions better. Okay, all right, that's the first type of problem that you're going to have on your test. The second type of problem that you're going to have on your test is finding the slope of an equation. So what you're going to have to do is you squiggly the one that has the x, and then you underline the one that does not have x. So for this problem, where did it go? Okay, this one has an x, so I'm going to squiggly it. Where are my options? There. Okay, that one has the x. Okay. Come on, technical issues. That's the one with the x. So this would be my slope. My slope would be 9 over 4. Slope is 9 over 4 because it's the one that has the x with it. Now, how can I move this? Okay. What about the y-intercept? The y-intercept is the number that doesn't have x or y. So here in this problem, there's nothing for me to underline because this is the only number that's given. So that means the y-intercept is 0. And it's just not letting me type it how I want to. All right, so let's erase everything. And then I want you to do the next one. So for the next one, go ahead, squiggly underline. So what is the slope of the other problem? So one with x. So in this problem, I would squiggly this one because it has the x. I would underline this one because it does not have any variables. So then my slope would be 6 over 5. What would be my y-intercept? My y-intercept would be the number without x or y, which is 2 over 3. All right, on to the next part. I have this one. Go ahead, tell me what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. What is the slope? The one in front of x. What's in front of x? 2. If I had to write it as a fraction, it would be 2 over 1. What about the y-intercept? The number without x or y? Be minus 1. So let's move this down. I'm going to close it. Okay, on this one, go ahead and do the same thing. Actually, I'm going to skip some of these. I'm going to get to this one. What about this one? What is the y? What's the slope here? So what you're going to do is it's the number in front of x or y. It's the number in front of x. The showgirls are practicing side of my room. Trying to move it. So it's the one in front of X. So right here, I would squiggly this one. And because when you look at it, it's y equals negative X. What was it? Plus 55 over 92. I squiggly underline. So it doesn't have a number explicitly, like you can't see it. But how many are there? There's only one. So the slope is 1. But because it's negative, it's going to be a negative 1. Now this one, it asks you for what if the slope, what if your equation is y equals 9? What's the slope and the y-intercept? So there's nothing for me to squiggly because there's not an x here. I would underline this one. So what's my slope? M is for slope. How many x's do I have? I don't have any, so my slope is 0. And when your slope is 0, you have a horizontal line. Your B, your beginning point, your y-intercept is the one that you underline. So the one I underlined here is a 9. So my y-intercept would be 9. All right. Now we're going to do this graph. I really hope I can get this to work correctly. Okay. All right. So we're going to pick 2 points, and then we're going to do rise over run to get the slope. So I'm going to pick 2 points. This one right here does not count because it has to go perfectly through those gray crosses, and that one does not. So that's not a point. This one is, so let's make it okay. That's not what I was expecting. Can y'all see it? Okay, there's a point. Let's pick another point. This one right here doesn't count because it goes through it. It has to go through these gray crosses, so that one doesn't count. This one does, so I'm not sure why it's like messing up that way. It like draws it where I'm not even drawing it. Let's try this again. Okay. Now there are my 2 points, and now I'm going to count the rise. This is the number that goes on top over the run. So let's do that. Pick a different, like a right. Okay. So the rise, okay, goes this way. And so I'm going to count it. I'm not counting points. I'm counting blocks. So it's 1. Oh my God, what was that? Oh Lordy. So maybe if I do this one, I need like a mouse. 1, 2. So it's rising 2 over, let's see what the run is. Running this way. And it's running 1. So it's going to be 2 over 1. I need to simplify that. And so I just put that in the calculator, 2 over 1, or I could do it in my head. 2 over 1 simplifies to 2. So that would be my slope. Okay. Next part. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick 2 points, count how many it's rising. That's the top number over the run. Okay, so let's pick 2 points. Okay, so if I zoom in, this one counts. It's just messing up. This one counts as a point. That one does not. That one does not, because look, here's the cross. This one does. So I'm going to zoom out so I can put the point there. So what I want you to do is I want you to count how many it rises. So I'm going to click on this color, but I want you to tell me how many does it rise. And that is so straight. How many does it rise? So count how many. Rises 1, 2, 3. How about the run? How many does it run? This way. 2. So then my slope would be 3 over 2. And if I were to write my name is going up. So that means my slope is positive 3 over 2. Okay, next one. Let's move this down. Not sure why it's being such a pain. It is. Supposed to be going away. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm not sure if it's my mouse or like what is the problem here. Let's see. Okay, so I hope you got a good review as much as you could. And the next one that you'll do is your test.